Big news coming in from the High Court on the Smriti Irani Goa restaurant controversy. Remember, that had become a big political face-off, and now the High Court has said Smriti Irani, the minister, and her daughter are not the owners of the restaurant. Smriti Irani or her daughter never applied for a license for that restaurant. Neither the restaurant nor the land is owned by the minister or her daughter. So this clearly can come as a big relief for Smriti Irani, who was facing allegations from the Congress party specifically. The three defendants conspired, according to the High Court, the three defendants conspired with each other and other individuals to launch a tirade of false, scathing and belligerent personal attacks on Smriti Irani and her daughter. The motive was to malign, defame and injure the reputation, the moral character and public image of Smriti Irani. Very strong words there by the High Court. This clearly against the Congress netas who had led that press conference, remember, also against Smriti Irani. And the High Court has said slanderous allegations have been made without verifying fact. Great injury has been caused to Smriti Irani and her family. Bogus statements with a malicious intent. Imperative need to protect the reputation of Smriti Irani, who is a respected member of the society. Let's go across now to our crime bureau head right now. And Nalini is joining me for the latest on that. Nalini, this is clearly a relief for Smriti Irani, and she also was very confident. She had even taken the defamation route against Congress netas. What are you picking up on what the High Court has said?
Well, Pooja, this was a hearing that had happened before the High Court on Friday when summons were issued to Jairam Ramesh, Pawan Khera, as well as another Congress leader who had made these statements against Smriti Irani. And the detailed order copy of it has just come out, where the Delhi High Court's made some very serious observations in favor of Smriti Irani, especially regarding this entire controversy that has been ongoing. Now, remember on Friday, the judges had asked for all of the Congress leaders to delete the tweets immediately, and in case the Congress leaders don't do so, the social media platforms were directed to take down the tweets within 24 hours. But now the High Court's gone one step further, and they said that there is an imperative need to protect Smriti Irani's position, considering the fact that she is a reputable member of the society, and that is why it's put down in the order that these statements that have been made by the Congress leaders are based on unverified facts, and that the court has gone through the documents that have been presented before them, and they can conclusively say that the restaurant is not owned by Smriti Irani or her family members. In fact, even the land that is on which the restaurant is constructed is not owned by Smriti Irani or her daughter. None of the licenses have been applied for by Smriti Irani or her daughter, and even the show cause notice has not been issued to them. So there is absolutely no relation that Smriti Irani or her daughter have with this restaurant in Goa that is in the midst of this entire controversy. And specifically because of that, the Congress leaders have been asked to take down their tweets. The High Court's also gone ahead and said that the way in the manner in which these statements were made, where a press conference was held publicly and the public was given these details without verifying the facts, shows that there was a malicious intent to defame Smriti Irani, which is why the High Court has now stepped in to protect her reputation.
So this is very clear. And if you can also again tell us, Nalini, what precisely did the High Court say to say that they're not even owners? They never applied for a license. How did the three defendants who had attacked her were even claiming that it was their restaurant? Because Smriti Irani from day one had said that her daughter has nothing to do with it. She's being attacked primarily because she has been exposing the top leadership of the Congress party. So what can we say are the strong words by the High Court that does become a shot in the arm for Smriti Irani?
Well, Pooja, it's important to highlight over here that the High Court is not just saying this on the basis of the arguments that were made before them by both sides. But the High Court has categorically noted in its order that they've gone through the documents that were put forth before them, along with the affidavit that was filed by Smriti Irani and all the documents that were supplementing it. So they've in detail gone through the documents, after which they've come to the conclusion that neither Smriti Irani nor her daughter had any ownership or part in this restaurant in Goa, because none of the licenses have been issued to them. They in fact have not even applied for any licenses under their name. Even the show cause notice is not issued to them. And like I told you earlier, the restaurant or the land on which the restaurant is built, none of that is in Smriti Irani or her daughter's name. The High Court's also gone ahead and said that there was a concocted effort by all of these Congress leaders who, in conspiracy with each other, had put out these statements which have ultimately maligned and defamed Smriti Irani's reputation. It was interesting, like you pointed out earlier, that Smriti Irani took the route of civil defamation as soon as this controversy arose, and that was possibly because she knew that she had all the documents that were backing her in her favor to know that none of these, that she or her daughter had no relation to the restaurant in Goa. And immediately after these statements were made, Smriti Irani had issued a warning that it's going to be followed up with a legal notice. Now things finally seem to be falling in Smriti Irani's favor because she's put forth all the documents before the Delhi High Court. The Delhi High Court's gone through them, they've passed this detailed order, and the Congress leaders now seem to be in the dock because they will have to appear before the court on the next day. They will have to explain exactly on what basis these statements against Smriti Irani were made.
Okay.
So even though, yeah, sorry.
Apart from clearing her of all the charges, to also then go about what the defendants had said. And this is very important for anyone who's quick to launch any sort of tirade or false, scathing, belligerent personal attacks. The High Court has taken cognizance in this matter, saying that the motive was clear: to defame, injure the reputation and moral character and public image of Smriti Irani. These are slanderous allegations